So when we get to the first end of the song, you're going to play the whole beginning of that song again, the first half of that chord progression, the 1, 6, 2, 5 chord progression again. So that becomes the first ending. Now, those terms, if you're not sure what they mean, look them up in a good music dictionary, first ending and second ending. The first ending is a group of chords that bring you back to the beginning chord progression where the second chorus is sang. In other words, the melody can be very similar, if not exactly the same. Usually the lyrics change, of course, so some of the notes change just a little tiny bit, but it's basically the same melody sung twice again. And that would be the second chorus. So the first ending brings you back to the second chorus. All right, let me play all the way up to the second chorus. So we got the D minor, G minor, 7th, C 7th, F, D minor, A minor, F 7th, B flat, C 7th, F for a whole bar, twice as long. B flat, C 7th. Now the first ending I'm going to do it once again, 2 beats, F, D minor, G minor 7th, C 7th, and then we're right back to the beginning, exactly the same again. Now, I'm doing a very simple strum for this. I'm just going down and up with the pick, and so it's 2 beats for each chord. If I counted it, it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, which works nice to the song. You can get a little more fancy with the chords, strumming as far as strumming goes, but that seems to work pretty good for the song. On the original song, there's a 12-string guitar that plays a lot of the guitar fills and also is strumming in the background also very quietly. I'm using my 6-string electric guitar here, but if you listen to the recording that I made of the song also, I have a 12-string chord playing the chords. Okay, so all the chords are 2 beats each until I get to that F chord after the B flat C 7th. Okay, that goes for a whole measure. Okay, so once again I'll show you with the strum. It's just very simple. 1 and 2 and D minor, 2 and G minor 7th, the F, D minor, A minor, F 7th, here's your B flat, C, now a whole measure, 2, 3, 4, B flat, C 7, now back to the beginning progression, 1, 6, 2, 5, now I'm right back to the beginning again. So that was the first ending, which brought you back to the beginning again. And the lyrics that are sung there are different. Okay, but the chords are exactly the same all the way through it. Okay, so once you repeat from the first ending, you go back to the beginning, you play all the way through. Now the change is going to occur when you go to that F chord at the end. Okay. We have the B flat, just like the beginning, we have the B flat, C 7th, F, and the B flat, C 7th again, and then F, 2. Now, the second half of that measure, the next 2 beats is going to be an F7. So I'm just going to take my pinky off that F chord. Makes it nice and easy. It's a very subtle difference. Yeah, you can hear it. Just a little bit of a difference between those chords. So I'm going to play F for 2 beats. 1 to F7. All right, now we're at the next part of the song. That was the second ending. Okay, so like we did up here with the F7th chord kind of brings your ear, pulls your ear to the next key, and we're going to really establish the key of B flat now. So after the F chord, F7. Then I'm going to go to the B flat. I'm going to go back up here to this B flat chord. 2 beats, A minor. They're right next to each other. You could play it B flat, A minor like this also if you wanted, then to D minor here. Okay, you do it that way, or I choose to play it as a B flat bar chord. To A minor, and I'm right here for the D minor. Okay, so they're going to be 2 beats each. B flat, A minor to D minor, whole bar, 3, 4, G minor 7th, 2 beats, C 7th, 2 beats, F, 2 beats, F 7th, And now I'm going to do the whole thing again. Now this F7 sometimes might be a little weak sounding. Sometimes it's hard to get that note out. That pinky note that I take off becomes a D that the first finger is holding down. A lot of times what I'll do, instead of playing this F7, I'll put my pinky down on the second string, on the 4th fret, that E flat. See, now you really hear the F7 chord clearer. So from F, and then to B flat, or this B flat, either one. So let me play the bridge once again. The second ending was the F for 2 beats, F7, B flat, 2 beats, A minor, 2 beats, whole bar of D minor, G minor 7, 2, C 7, 2, F, F7, same thing again, B flat, 2 beats, A minor, D minor for a whole bar, 3. Now it changes, instead of going to the G minor 7, I'm going to go to a G7th chord for a whole bar, 2, 3, 4, to C7 for a whole bar. Okay, alright, so the second half of that bridge, those last 2 chords change, but basically the bridge repeats twice. Those 4 bars repeat twice, and the second time it repeats, there's that little bit of a change at the end. Okay, let me play the bridge once again. I'll play the bridge starting from the second ending. F, F7, B flat, A minor, D minor, G minor 7, C7, F, F7, B flat, A minor, D minor for a whole bar. Now G7th, I'll use this G7th to C7 this way or this way. Now I'm back to the beginning. So now I'm going right back to the beginning chord progression. Everything stays the same as we did in the beginning. Lyrics are a little different. A minor, F7, B flat, C7, F. Okay, now there, they stop the chord progression. Actually, they don't actually even play that F. That beat is a rest, 1. Now, if you look at the F chord, if I move this fingering up to F sharp, because it's a bar chord, see these 3 fingers here? This is what they're going to play on the second beat. Just those 3 notes, very quietly. That's an F sharp chord. And then on the 3rd beat, they go to it back to the F chord, only this part of it. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they do that twice, okay? So I'll play from the A minor, F7th, B flat, this is all the same, C7th now, 1, 2, 3, 4. To the B flat, C7, the same thing again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, B flat, C7, 1. Okay, now here it's going to change. You could play just those same 2 chords again, but it's a little bit more complicated. The first beat once again is a rest. It's going to be rest, B flat, F, F diminished. All right, so these chords are a little more complicated, but other than this, to this point, all these chords are pretty much the same fingerings.